Well, hello and welcome to Satisfactory. Hope you are well. Let's get to it. So while the radiation is going to affect us a little bit, I'm busy loading up a drone port here. We're going to be starting up with nuclear power really soon as well. I just want to come and take a quick look here at all of the hard drives that I've managed to unlock here. So there's quite a few of them, but I still think I'm going to need a lot more. So if we take a look here at the heavy modular frames, this is going to give us 3.75 a minute instead of 2. Which might be a little bit better because we're only producing 4 for the moment. Yeah, I don't know. This is going to take up rubber. We're not really doing anything with the rubber yet. So this is going to be alternate charcoal. And then we got fused quartz. This is giving us 54. We're not really using this for anything, so this is kind of a bad option. Yeah, I should have gone with those heavy modular frames. Do you know what? If we use a vehicle, we may as well just get the coal one. It's a lot better for the transport as well. Then let's take a look at the second one. That's going to be aluminum rod. I really don't think I'm going to be using that one. And then we got one for rubber and petroleum coke in order to produce circuit boards. Normally we get 7.5, but the thing is we also have to use plastic. So we won't need to have any kind of transportation network just for the production of this. We can just send it out. I think I'm gonna take this one. And then let's see what else is there. Just don't like it popping out of the menu every time. So we got steel cast plate. That's gonna be 45 a minute instead of 20. But it takes steel ingots and iron ingots. The other recipe is a lot cheaper. It does give a lot less though. But you have to get concrete as well as steel over there. So I'm not going to go with that. We've got diluted fuel. And a different copper production. That's going to give us 110 per minute. Using up sulfuric acid and copper ore. I think I'm going to take the fuel though. Just in case of emergency power reserves that we might need. Okay, over this side, we got one for a battery. This is going to take up sulfur, alkyd sheets, plastic, and wire. So I don't have to have any kind of fluid solution to get this done. And the thing is, in this season, I definitely want to focus on using drones for most of the transportation. So I think I'm going to go with this. Then we can slow down the battery production there on the other side in order to just allow the aluminum solution, that one way over there. We can let that run, drop everything off here as well. And then somewhere we can add another new battery production just for transportation that we can take a look at. So here we go with another heavy modular frame one. But that's only 2.8. We've got a different beam there. And we got a different cable recipe. That's going to give us 67.5. But it's going to be taking up heavy oil residue. Boy, I'm definitely not getting a lot of good hard drives from this. That is crazy. Okay, so back over this side. We got a miner Mark II over this side here. I do want to come and overclock it to 120. I'm guessing it should have been easier to just add a Mark III, but I don't think I have the components for it, so I'm not going to struggle with that for now. Looking good. Everything is loaded up. So all I have to do now is just come and drop down here. Just see if we can quickly get this cable connected here. I think I'm still going to drop down on that other one as well. Just because of how absolutely steep these cables are running to get up there. That is the highest point in the game as well. You can't get any higher than that. So it definitely gives you another unlock on Steam as well there. But for the moment, I'm just going to be heading over here towards where I want to do the nitrogen production. Because from what I can remember from the previous season, we did have to send nitrogen over to the uranium production, and I think it was in order to do the particle enrichment. So with that being the case, I do think we are going to be building the entire uranium power plant around this side. And then we'll just have to find a location in order where we can add the nitrogen production. Because if we come and take a look here real quick, nitrogen gas, it's giving us a total of, what's that, 7 slots here that we can access. And we can still overclock this to produce a lot more. So if I go down to this one, it's 120. And this one is also giving 120 a minute. We're not going to be needing that much. I definitely don't think so. So like I said, I'm going to be adding a couple of foundations here. Let me just take a look at how I want to place down the machines, and we'll start getting the nitrogen from this little section into 2 blenders to give us fused modular frames at 4 per minute, not 2. And then I also want to get the cooling systems made at 10 per minute. And then we'll start heading over to the nuclear power. I'm just going to lay down the foundations, prep the machines in order to know what goes where and how much do we need. And then we'll start adding in the transportation. Alrighty then, so I know it's dark and I'm at a completely different location. I still have to close off our fuel generators over this side, but the rest of the building has been closed off properly as well. So here by the train station, I think what I ended up doing just now is just upgrading this to a Mark III, the first one that comes up to a splitter. And then it's just wrapping around here into this lift as a Mark II. I know that we only need 12 per minute for the machines, but it's going to be 24 in total. And I just always want to make sure that the drone is going to be loading up as quick as possible. So this is going to be a rubber loading. We got the rubber unload that side already. I'm just going to have to go all the way back there though. It's going to be interesting. Quite a bit of work to do in this episode. Unfortunately, I know I did say that the transport is going to be last, but in order to get the factory started up as well, I have to do it this way. So unfortunately, no other way to get around it. Transportation is needed, and I don't have any batteries over that side until I get another drone that's going to drop the batteries here by the uranium and the nitrogen. I'm going to have to fill that container myself. So I did add just over 2,000 batteries there to that container, so it should last for more than enough time. There I also added a couple of Mercer spheres just because I want to get dimensional storage up and running for everything that we're producing, especially if I need to do some manual crafting. Still have got a bunch of lights to add in here. And while I'm this side, let's come and take a look here. Wonder if the one is still stuck. So I did go ahead and rename the one. So we got Slugger. And then where the heck is Bugger? I've got no idea where he's running around. I don't know why this one got stuck here. Let's see if we can get him unstuck. There we go. Come on, buddy. I need you to move. Oh, let's go inside. Come on. There we go. Oh, what the heck am I doing? Get the foundation down. There we go. Where the heck is the other one? Yeah, well, I'm not going to care too much. Okay, I'm going to have to go and take this other hypertube that I got here in order to get over that side real quick. Then we'll continue on there. I think the fused modular frames are going to be at 3 per minute. I was mistaken thinking I'm getting 4. The heavy modular frames that we're getting is 4 per minute, but fused frames is at 1.5 per machine, and we're only getting up 2. And both of them are taking up 75 castings a minute. So that is also something that I'm going to have to really take a look at. So nice to see all of the buildings. Our iron that we're smelting over there for our heavy modular frames alone. Yeah, so it's definitely going to be at 4 per minute for our heavy modular frames though. Not too bad. I really don't think that is too bad. Everything is stored up. This container is absolutely full. If I go under managed sessions, the game has been running for 92 hours and 18 minutes. It's been quite a bit of a while though. Interesting, it really is. Like I said, I've been having a lot of fun this time around. It's not absolutely massive production that I'm doing here, but I'm definitely getting everything that I need. And without a shadow of a doubt, I'm going to be able to produce everything. Okay, let's take a look. So I've got one drone port over this side. This is going to be for our castings, I think. Yes, castings unload. So we have to select a destination. That's going to be castings loading. Where is it now? It's this one. And then it has to come back to this port. So that should allow the drone to turn itself on and head over this side. Now let's go and get the heat sinks loading. Go. Then we also have to go heatsink unload. Just open the map here real quick. Come and take a look. It should be lifting off from over this side, the two drones. Okay, there we go. The castings is definitely starting to lift up. And as soon as these are starting to work, there we go. Then all of these are going to start doing their job again. I did add an awesome sink there just to keep some things rolling there by the silica, as it was keeping the refineries from running. There goes our second drone. Look at this. It's going to be so much quicker. Even though they can't carry all that many stacks, I still like them. It's only the thing to get the batteries to refuel them. So these are not a problem. These two are getting their batteries directly from the factory. And here we go. It's already over this side. I just want to paint this guy. It's supposed to be the color for the castings. Just do that. Oh, looking good. And there is the other one already as well. So that's going to be 900 heat sinks to start things off. Let's come and take a look here. So 1.5 fused modular frames per machine, taking up 1.5 heavy modular frames. We're producing 4. So we are definitely fine on that front. We just have to bring it over. And then our aluminum castings are going to be at 75 per machine as well. Okay, so I did connect up most of the belt network. Everything is just going to start wrapping around here. I think I need to upgrade this lift though. Because the castings definitely have to run a lot quicker than a 60 belt. Okay, so we got a Mark 3 over this side. I think it's a Mark 2 heading down. Yes, it's a Mark 2. So just connect this straight up through. Then it's going to feed out directly into the next machine. Same thing over here. We got our heat sinks are flowing over at the top. This is going to be at 60 per minute since we only need 24. And then it's going to be flowing around this side. Just quickly get this done. This is the other nitrogen that I had to add in. It's one at 120 and another one at 240 per minute. And the only way that I could get that done is by overclocking with another 2 shards. So that's 200%. And definitely not too bad. That's going to give us 300 nitrogen gas in order to run the cooling system. So that's going to be at 12 per minute. I'm almost sure one of them has to be underclocked. I'm getting 24 heat sinks. And rubber should be fine. So I can actually upgrade this to 12 a minute and not 10. I think I was testing it out and I had to underclock one of the machines, but I really don't think that's going to be necessary now. Yeah, let's leave it like that. I did go ahead and just get, where's my water extractor? Right here behind me. So this is one water extractor. We only need 100 water in total for both of these blenders. No, 60 in total. So this can be underclocked. Just gonna put it at 70. I like to leave a little bit extra just for in case. Then it comes inside, splits between these two machines. Now the lifts on this side is really close to one another, but if you come and take a look here, if I can just get myself in the correct position, this line of where the lift is going up is right here at the end of this. So this belt is definitely not going to be clipping in between over this side and having any kind of issues. Let's connect up the top side and then just the lower side. And that's it. This is saving so much time just prepping all of the machines ahead of time here. And this one is going to be rubber unload. At this port we have to go rubber loading, rubber unload. I'm really interested in seeing how much batteries this is going to be taking up, because I might end up adding another drone there by the aluminum production and sending it over this way to come and drop off some batteries, because we are going to be needing it. The interesting thing is going to be when we come to the nuclear production. We'll get to that in a moment. Let's just make sure everything is going to run here. Okay, so our two blenders over here for fused frames are going to be feeding out. And then just before this merger, it's splitting over towards the side and is going to go into its storage container. Same thing over there. Now then, we do need to get our dimensional storage as well. Just for myself to use, especially for the milestones for the hub unlocks. Even worse is going to be for the space elevator. That is a crazy one to get done. Okay, so this should allow me to store everything up here. And we still got another 4 left, which is not too bad. It's really, really not too bad. Okay, I'm just waiting for the rubber. Here we go. Drone has made it over this side. Looking good. So the heat sinks, we still need to connect that in here. So I wonder, do I want to use a lift? Let's go with the lift. I'm just going to bring it up slightly. And then directly in there, and that should be perfect. Rubber is unloading. Heat sinks are unloading. So that is going to be it for cooling system. That one is definitely up and running. So all I need is going to be my heavy modular frames. And how the heck am I going to bring that one over? That is going to be interesting. I do have a connection over here that I want to use. But the thing is, I don't want to be using a truck or anything. Just because it's not really all that much of a distance. I think I could just lay down a belt going over that side. It's not that I want to be lazy, it's just I don't think I need anything else here. Because there's definitely not going to be any vehicles running over this side. I will come and tidy it up with a couple of those stackable variants that we can use. And I'll show that in the next episode. I just don't want to spend too much time. I just want to get the basic layout of what I want. Then as soon as we can get it connected, that shouldn't be any problem. Jetpack or hover pack is not really picking up all that far though. Come on, buddy. We're not too far from there. Alright, so this has taken quite a bit of finesse to get this up and running. Oh boy, that was crazy. So I think I need to add 2 over this side. That's going to mean it's not going to clip through the belt over there. And it should give me a decent bend going outward. So this is just going to have to be a Mark 1. Then let's go grab a look. He is messing with my windows a bit, but something I can survive with. If I really wanted to, I could bend it around on the inside and let the belt come out here. That might be more interesting, but it doesn't really matter. I'm just going to leave it like this. I like to see the components wrapping around the buildings and everything else. Just have to come and add a couple of walls over here so we don't have this weird glitching look over there. Okay, autosave done. Nice. I still have to come and add my little pillar support over here. But we are not looking too bad. We got quite a few things done here. You know what? I don't need to use the zipline. Let's come and take a look. So the belt is wrapping around all nice and neat. Coming down to a lift over the side. Like I said, I'll add the stackable sections over there. And then just tidy up the belt. But for now, it's just randomly going over the side. This can come down a little bit more straight. And then there's never going to be any vehicles over here. So I just want to lift it up so I don't have to go and slide down to get underneath them. I can just run. That's what I'm hoping for. We'll also need to add a little pillar section under this drone port as well. So much work to do. So much. But we will get there, definitely. So I'm just waiting to see the heavy modular frames coming in. I think that might take a little while. So let's just preload the machines. Just each with 25 because I want to get this next section up and running. So that is going to be fused frames, and that is the nitrogen production done. So over to nuclear power. This is going to have to come out quite a bit, because this is definitely not going to be a small section to the factory, and I'm adding it here at the back as far as possible. Because if I do decide to add, and this is why I left the space open here, I do want to add a catwalk that's going to run out and allow me to connect it up to that side there with some pillars underneath to make it look like a nice decent bridge. But the decoration part, I'll leave that for next episode to show off what I think that I can do. And hopefully it does look decent at the end of the day. Also add a couple of weapons, or windows, not weapons. We don't have weapons in this game, do we? Not something that auto defends. Nonetheless. Well, let's grab a look here. So how much do I already have here? I'm gonna open this. Cooling systems 34, so that is not doing too bad. Do I have... Oh, wait a minute, here we go, the production just started up. So there's the fused modular frames. Looking good, the production is up and running. I can close this section off for now, just to keep it closed. And then let me see where the nuclear power plant is going to be. Okay, I think we're gonna have to leave most of this for next episode, because I'm running out of components and I don't want things to be going on too long. I don't even think I'll be able to close that off. Look there. Even my dimensional storage has been emptied out for this building. But we'll definitely start doing the nuclear power in the next episode, because if we come and take a look at this, the nuclear power plant, and just look at how high the consumption is, and that's without the drones there. So as soon as this line is going to creep up to there, we are going to start using the battery power. So luckily 2600 megawatt is stored on up. Don't have to be too concerned with that. Yeah, my poor little components all the way empty. But back to what I was saying is, this is going to be taking up 0.2 per minute for uranium fuel rods. And one manufacturer over this side produces 0.4. So each one of these can run 2 of these reactors. And that's the only thing we need to add in, also with the water, but we'll get that done in between here. That's why I left the gap so long, just to get a basic idea of where I want to add everything. I need to make some supercomputers to get the rest of the nuclear power plants down as well for next episode. And then I just added this small little section so I know exactly what I need to go and collect and prepare for. We need to bring sulfur over this side as well at 100 a minute, so we're going to have to increase the miner either by changing it to a Mark III and then using some power shots if I really need to. I've got so much of them I can really use it. And we're going to get, I think it's around 10,000 megawatts of power here with the reactors, so that is definitely not going to be too bad. And the sulfuric acid needs to wrap around into a blender, producing 25 encased uranium cells and then 10 sulfuric acid a minute. We do need, what was it? I think about 80. No, we need 40. So that's going to be 40 and this is going to be 50. So we're producing 10 extra. I really don't mind it. This is just to ensure that the production is up and running for the power. Because so far everything has been running stable. I haven't seen a single dip in the power network. Not from coal or from our fuel generators. Absolutely everything is just running perfect. Let's see, what else do we need to add in here? So we need to bring in 100 uranium. We're getting 120, so we're fine there. Then we also need to send over 15 concrete a minute. And then the sulfur. Where's my other production? We also short something else. I need to get assemblers down. Let me just place it here for now. Let's just go over the recipe that's going to be needed. It's going to be electromagnetic control rod. So that means that I need to send over stators at 6 per minute, AI limiters at 4 per minute. So with our computer production there by the hub, I think I'm going to add 2 drone ports over there, but we'll do everything in the next episode, and I'll definitely show a little bit more of the building. It might be a bit longer episode then, but we'll add the transportation for the drones over from our aluminum production to the site, sending over batteries to fill up all of the drones that we're going to be needing over here. Eventually, using a couple extra drones, we'll add another set of production next to this building somewhere, that we can add that new battery recipe that we got there in the MAM to make all of the batteries that we need for all of the transport to run smooth and definitely have no issues. So for the moment, the foundations, I can tick that off. The machine placement is not going to be done for now. I'll leave that for next episode. I do hope to see you guys there. I hope that you enjoyed. See you in the next one. Alpha Blazed out.